Hello everyone, and welcome to the introduction video for a new series I will be starting for the game Resident Evil 2 Remake. Resident Evil 2 Remake will have a config and tech video following the introduction video. There will also be a modding video that follows the config and tech video. I'll try my best just to refer to Resident Evil as RE, as saying it over and over is annoying for you and me. That being said, sorry for all the REs you're going to hear as well. Please keep in mind, since RE2 Remake is a sequel to RE1 Remake, it is assumed that you have already watched my introduction video for that game. The introduction for RE1 Remake will give you a full overview of the series. This video is an additional introduction just for RE2 Remake. So please check out RE1 Remake so you get the most out of RE2 Remake. I will put the link to the RE1 Remake playlist in the description of this video. All videos related to RE2 Remake will be in their own playlist. I hope you enjoy the information and that it gives you the best RE2 Remake experience you can have. Any links that are covered will be in the description of the video. It was 17 years between the first release of RE1 Remake and RE2 Remake. A lot has changed in gaming and Resident Evil as a series since then. After the release of RE2 Remake in 2019, Capcom set a new standard in graphical fidelity. If not in the gaming industry, then within the RE games for sure. It's a great game overall, even with its flaws and shortcomings. I'd say between RE2, 3, and 4 remakes, RE2 Remake is the best so far. I want to talk about playthrough progression. I want to explain how I'll be going about this game in the playthrough. RE2 Remake has 4 scenarios you can play: Leon A and B, and Claire A and B. You play through the A scenario to unlock their B scenario. Story-wise, the order would be Claire A and then Leon B. I'm going to be playing Leon A and then Claire B. If nothing else, just because it feels like it makes sense. I think the game is expecting you to pick Leon first and then Claire. Nothing against women or Claire or anything. Playing back-to-back A or B scenarios is going to feel very similar. I did that my first time around. I played Leon A and then Claire A. An A and B combination will give you more variety in story and gameplay. The story will all come back around on itself, whichever order you play. As Chester Bennington of Linkin Park said, in the end, it doesn't even matter. Little about the extra content in RE2 Remake. Information links will be provided in the first gameplay video's description. I won't be covering these in my playthrough, as I'm just not into the timed, challenge, horde stuff. Don't get me wrong, it is good stuff and fun, just beyond what I want to cover. I will talk a little about them here though. Do note that you need to beat the game at least twice to unlock these modes based on their requirements. So the first one would be Fourth Survivor. You play as Hunk character through a side mission of his. I'm trying to remember what Hunk stands for. Human Unit Never Killed, I think is what that stands for. You have to complete an A scenario and a B scenario to unlock this. It can also be bought as DLC with real money. Then there's Tofu Survivors. Play as 5 different jiggly pieces of tofu, all with their own weapon loadouts and attitudes. You have to complete the Fourth Survivor or purchase it as DLC to unlock this. And then the last grouping of extra content is called Ghost Survivors. play as 4 different characters in What If side missions. Daniel Cortini, Ghost, Catherine Warren, and Robert Kendo. You have to complete a B scenario to unlock these. So the links that I'll put in the gameplay description will just take you to a page that talks about each one of these content categories here if you want to learn more about it. I'm just not going to be covering them in my playthrough. Next section here I want to talk about is guides and help. First one being collectibles. I will provide a link to a guide that covers all the collectibles in RE2 Remake. The link will be in the first gameplay video's description. Here's a breakdown of all the collectibles in RE2 Remake. 15 Mr. Raccoons, statues or toys. They're little bobblehead figures, basically. So 15 of those, 8 safes and locks, 6 inventory upgrades, 58 files and or documents, 2 portable safes, 32 key items, meaning keys, basically, 6 maps, and 9 weapons. And that's a total of 127 collectibles. You'll have to play through both Leon and Claire to get all the collectibles. This will also earn you 5 achievements as well for doing this. I will try my best to collect everything there is, but I'm not going for 100%. The next little guide, not so much a guide, but a little help document that I wrote up. I've put together a little help document giving puzzle and code solutions. I don't recommend using this if it's your first playthrough or anything. I will be using it myself just for the sake of time and a little less backtracking during the playthrough. The link to this help document will be in the first gameplay video's description, and it goes straight to my Google Drive, my personal Google Drive. And akin to kind of what we're talking about here, the next category is the Mr. Raccoon toys and unlocked weapon that I want to talk about. So here's a picture that I'll put up on the screen of what he looks like before he gets destroyed. All the Mr. Raccoons have already been found in my game, but the toy base is still visible. I will point out where all the Mr. Raccoon toys are, as these unlock a useful weapon. That useful weapon is an unbreakable knife. I hate the mechanics of your knife breaking in games in general. If it's a survival simulator like The Forest or Valheim, then sure, it's fine. I feel it's just a means of making the first playthrough more difficult and more tedious. I'm opting to use the unbreakable knife in my playthrough that I've unlocked. I've beat the game without it, and it's more fun with it, in my opinion. I prefer to use it anytime I replay RE2 Remake. This is why my Mr. Raccoons will be destroyed already, because I want to use the unlocked knife weapon. So I will be trying to point out all 15 locations of these, so it'll help you know where they are in the game. So the genre, of course, that Resident Evil falls into is a third-person survival horror. And how long to beat on this game is average of 9 hours to 15 hours. I think the 15 leading more into the fact that probably you're playing both scenarios at least. So give or take, you know, they're not specifying on how long to beat that's the case. They could just be implying if you play Leon A, it takes 9 to 15 hours, but I don't think that's the case. So anywhere probably from 10 to 15 or a little more, I would say, because I am going to be playing Leon A and Claire B back to back. So In the next video, we will be getting into the configuration and technical side of things. I'll record the desktop of my PC, folder view on the left, and my notes on the right of what to go over with you. Thanks for watching and listening to this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.